Hey everybody. Okay, why do I always say that? Okay, yeah, so today is what is the day? Today is the 17th? Yeah, it's the 17th, and it's 10:30 nighttime, or evening. Is 10:30 is night or evening? What am I even talking about? Anyways, so I've been stitching this today, not a lot, but I did have a little time stitching because we had some plans for today, but I did fill in this little part. I did stitch the pink ones, and I started this blue. I think it's like pastel blue, light blue color, and I am, you know what, I have this tendency to put these aside. I mean, I start the printed canvas ones, and then I just at some point get tired of it and I just put it aside and I forget about it for forever. But I think that I really want to make myself finish one of them. I mean, there are so many beautiful designs out there on printed canvas. I love the sceneries, the beautiful colorful waterfalls. You probably have seen those kits. They're huge, they're very very big, but they're so beautiful, so colorful, and pretty good quality because I've seen them done before, and the outcome is beautiful. Because when I look at this is 14 count. Now I love stitching on even weave. I love stitching on 18 count or on 25, and that makes the picture look less pixelated, I think, more put together. But when you stitch on larger counts like 11 count or even 14 count, it's very pixelated, especially when you look at it from, this distance that I'm showing you right now, or from the distance that you're stitching. So I guess when you like take a step back and you look at the final result, it looks beautiful. So that probably what makes me get tired of these projects, because I don't like the pixels. Now, I do enjoy the process itself. I love stitching it, and I like how the crosses are, look, I'll show up close. Maybe I'm not exactly stitching by the rules, by the book, because I know that there's this scam chart that you are supposed to be stitching in, like putting the needle in one hole and getting it out from another, and that there's a whole story for that. But I stitch however I find comfortable for me, and I think that my crosses are looking pretty good. What do you think? They're looking pretty straight. I don't have a problem. I did have this little accent right over here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Probably a little too blurry, but there's this thread over here that for some reason came out, and I don't know why. I think it's when and over here, I think when I stretched the fabric on the on this millennium frame thingy that I am using for this one, I think that made some difference in the stitching that I've done before stitching it, holding it in my hands. So I'm not really sure about that, but when I take a step back, plus this project, by the way, this project has backstitch, so it is going to be around this area, the roofs and stuff. I don't know, I love it, and I am going to keep stitching it. But for today I've had enough and I've decided to actually open the box. Thank God that I didn't put it away. It's still in this room and it's up where I can see it, and I know that there are so many of my projects in it and I just can't hold it. So I opened the box and I took out one of the projects that I want to stitch. I still have a week to go. We are moving on the 24th, which is next week, and I will have enough time to, to pack it back in. I just took out one project, and I'm going to be showing you it right in a few seconds, minutes, not seconds, maybe a couple of minutes. So yeah, I'm going to be putting this aside. Probably I'm going to stitch it again tomorrow. I'll update you. This is what I have right now, and you'll definitely probably see more changes around this area because I want to stitch these little roofs and maybe fix this. Maybe I'll fix this tomorrow. But altogether, what I can say about this kit, it's very good quality print, very good quality symbols. The symbols are all in place. I mean, I didn't see one symbol move, and that is a good thing because I've had a kit before, like a long time ago, where the symbols were moving and they were like misplaced. So yeah, anyways, let's just put this aside, this little beauty aside. I just love touching it. I love touching it. And I'll show you the next project. You'll be surprised because you probably haven't seen it. I don't think that you've seen that project, so that will be something new for you. It's not a new start because I've been stitching it for quite a while. I don't remember if I showed it to you when I was filming before, but let's move on to it, and you'll see yourself. You'll be happy with how it looks. And the next project that you're going to see is one of my biggest, how do I say it, wishes, I guess. I really wanted to stitch this one, but considering the fact that I've lost my trust in this company for a while, I decided not to. But then I just had something happen to my head, my mind. I went crazy and I just purchased this chart. Of course, after seeing the final stitching results online, I decided I need it. So I purchased all the materials. I got the fabric. This is 25 count. I actually mark it with this pencil that I have because I don't usually do that, because I don't like, I don't trust it like I did with my Asian fantasy that I finished before. I had a problem after marking the fabric with pencil because in the face area you could see the markings and they didn't come out. But in this project, because the coverage is so good, you cannot see the markings, and I prefer this one on the pen that I use to mark, which is this one. I have a couple of them, by the way, and these are amazing. These are water erasable pens. They actually work. If you wet it, it will disappear. But the thing about these is that they actually disappear by themselves as well. So if you sorry, I just put my finger in frame. So anyways, if you mark your fabric, eventually in a while the marking is going to fade and you'll have to renew it. So yeah, so can you guess what this is? Can you guess? Focus camera. Can you guess? Like you can see, I am stitching it with half across. It's not full cross with 2 strands, and okay, let's just zoom out because it keeps and you're going to see magic happen. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this beauty. Isn't it beautiful? Look how it's growing. It's growing. Why is it not focusing? Camera focus. There you go. There's the focus. There it is. I know, it's a beauty. I know. You probably guessed, this is Stitch at a Time from Heaven and Earth Design, and I love it. I love every single part of this project. It's not an easy one. It's very difficult stitch because there are places like these, like the floral ones, and this I don't really understand, but okay. Like the trees, a lot of the elements here are, really, really colorful. They have a lot of different colors in them. So yeah, but I love how it's coming out, and especially when you take, like I said before, when you take a step back, it just comes together like beautiful, beautiful work. It's a big project. I'm going to tell you how big it is in a couple of minutes, but yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I am actually on the bottom part of the first line that I'm stitching. I'm stitching how many, squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 squares over whatever I want. But this is the last part of it, and then I'm going to move up and going to, stitch, stitch, stitch. Okay, the organizers. Now I have created something for myself because I didn't have any organizers left when I was stitching it, and I couldn't order any, so I just bought on this. We have like these big stock stores, and they actually had, for some reason, organizers like these are wood. I think you're supposed to be painting on them or something, so that's what I bought, and I just made myself little organizers. I even wrote numbers because the threads are by number, and I have, I think, 5 of those. Wait, do I 5 of those? I think I have, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5, yes, and then I count 4. Crazy. Like always, I braid my strands. Look at these colors. Look at these colors. I'm sorry for the too close to screen frame because I just don't have any space here right now. Hopefully in the new place I will have more space and more light, and everything will look much better, because right now this room is a mess and I can hardly find space to film. But I'll make an effort for you and for me because I love it. Okay, I'm coming back. By the way, thank you guys, those of you who have written to me that you are happy to see me back. It makes me feel so good. You cannot even believe. Back to our story. What I've done here is just I wrote the number of the thread, and then I just hung, did I hang or hung the scale over here, and I've made a free space with the same color to hang all the thread, the thread that I've been using. I'm not throwing it away if it's long enough, and I just put it next to the color. So that's my creation here. Nothing special. I prefer the prettier organizers, the more special ones, but in this that moment where I wanted to start this kit, I didn't have a way to order new organizers, and I didn't have where to buy them, so I just used these. So sorry. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be stitching for like however time I have left right now, and we'll see if I'll have time tomorrow, because tomorrow is a cleaning day, so we're going to clean a little bit, and then I think we're going to pack a little more. But you guys, I can definitely say, look at this. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, I cannot wait to see how it comes out. I cannot wait. Okay, let's see what we have on Saga for a moment, and then I'll just get stitching. So, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I have made this chart myself. I actually built this chart using Pattern Maker, and I have remade it into a XSD file, so I can use it on Saga. So it took me a while. It take me a while because it is a long process to build, to remake, I guess, into a digital chart, a chart that is so big. But look, it's so comfortable. I mean, I could have used it on Pattern Keeper, but I like Saga more than Pattern Keeper. I wish Pattern Keeper had more options, because the things that you can do in Saga you cannot necessarily do in Pattern Keeper, and that's too bad, because that would have been a really good change to the program. So let's open. What is going on with my why is it not opening? I think that something is stuck. What is going on? Wait a minute. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so anyways, my tablet got stuck for some reason, but I've made it. I restarted it. So yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. I have only 11.97% stitched. That's not a lot, considering the fact that you've just seen that I have made quite a bit of stitching on this one. Well, not a lot, but for me that's a lot. But okay, anyways, we'll keep working on it, don't worry. Now you can probably see that the last time I worked on it, I have stitched on the 17th, no, 17th is today, on the 29th, right? 29th? Yeah, this is the last time, and that was on Saturday. So yeah, last month. And I'm going to be stitching today. What did I mark something, because it says that I've stitched one cross. Anyways, let's just unselect. For some reason it's getting stuck. Okay, I deselected. Yeah, anyways, let's do this. And we'll mark only today's crosses. You probably can see that I will be stitching more than one cross tonight, and I will show you how much I've stitched by the end of this beautiful evening. And yeah, we'll see. So there's a lot. There's a long way to go with this one. I don't even know what I'm wanting to say, because I just want to start stitching. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, I guess. Seconds. Couple of seconds. Minutes is not logical. My head is somewhere in the clouds right now. Okay, I'm going to stitch, and I'll update you on what I have stitched in a couple of seconds. 1, 2, 3. So it's the next day. Today it's Friday, and I know I know I didn't update you last night, because basically I didn't stitch that much. Plus, I think you wouldn't have noticed the difference, because mostly I've been stitching this light one. It's kind of a light gray color, but I lost my stone, by the way. Do you see? But today we were actually packing most of the day. I didn't even think that I had so much stuff, and I think that half the time packing we're throwing things away. So I'm not sure what's going on with my stuff, but I have too many things that I'm not using. I'm off off subject again. Anyways, yeah, so today, once I got free, and I did stitch a little bit, and plus I filmed a little shorts video, if you probably have seen if you're following me, and I did a little TikTok version of it as well, of this project, of course. But yeah, so I don't know how much I've stitched. Let's check on Saga how much I've been stitching, but let me just get it a little closer. I did stitch around this area a little bit and fill in the light blues, and you can't see really what's going on here until you actually see the full picture coming together, because Heaven and Earth design is, I'm kind of going on and off about it. I mean, I do like the final effect. Look at it. Look how beautiful it is from the far. But if you look closely, if somebody knows about making charts and stuff like that, I think that if the designers of that company would have just sat down and cleaned up the projects they're putting out there, I think it would have been better. I do love Heaven and Earth. I'm not saying anything. I love the bigger projects. I love watching some of the projects being, growing together. But still, I think that they do have this thing that it seems like not all the charts are really, worked on well, because sometimes I see single stitches that, well, basically they shouldn't be there. I mean, why would you put like one light stitch over here? You can just stitch it with one of the colors that's around, so you can work on your charts a little bit. That's my opinion of it. I think around this area as well. I think that if somebody, this is supposed to be what, like this flower, what is that? And sometimes it seems like somebody's actually converting the the image, the design, into PDF, into cross stitch file, and they're not really noticing the little details that could be worked on and could be eliminated if not needed. So a lot of the elements around the stitching are, I don't know, they could have not been there. But again, if you step back and you look at the full picture, you actually can see a pretty design. Anyways, let's move on to Saga. I just want to see myself how much I've stitched. So this is the color I've been stitching until a couple of minutes ago, and then I decided to stop and film this for you. And colors, they're 3752, which is kind of a bluish gray color. Yeah, but look, I mean, there are singles that are sometimes you have like one stitch, like over here, one stitch. Why would he be there? And it's not like there are more stitches like that around this area. No, there's just one little stitch. Sometimes I skip it and just leave it, and then I kind of stitch it with one of the colors around, but most of the time I just try to keep myself, stitching the chart like it is. So I don't know. Anyways, let's check what we've stitched. So 18th and 17th are the 2 days that I've been stitching this. By the way, I already passed 11. I'm 26%, and I was what, 11 something. So yeah, so I've stitched 1091 cross. It's not even cross. 9,000. No, what? 1091 half stitches. There you go. Some of you probably will say, no, she stitched like 500 full crosses because you don't count it as a full stitch, like the half cross one. But I do. I find it to be a stitch. So it doesn't matter if it's covered with to the other direction to make a cross, or it doesn't matter to me. So 1091 crosses, half crosses I've stitched, and I think that's enough for today. I'm going to move back to Joy Sunday, the printed canvas one, just because I want to. And you know what? I'm not going to update you on that one. I'm just going to close this video right now, and we'll see what I'll be stitching on that one. Do you want to see an ASMR kind of stitching video, just sounds of needles? Because I have a mic especially for that. So if you want to see an ASMR video, stitching sounds, that's the only thing that's going to be there without me blabbering around. Just let me know in the comments down below. I'd really like to know if you would like to see that kind of video, because the best fabric and the best projects to stitch these videos are with that canvas, with the 1411 9th count, where you can actually see a full cross and see the needle going back and forth and hear the sound of the fabric really stretched. That's just wow. Okay, so let me know if you want to see a video of just stitching, or do you want to have a Q&A maybe? If you want to have a Q&A, you can ask me questions. By the way, let's do that. If you want to know something about me, about my life, about my stitching, about anything you want to ask, just I'll stop showing you Saga. Just ask me questions in the comments and I will collect your questions and I will answer anything you ask. Okay, so yeah, so let's just close this up for now. Oh, by the way, good news, I am working with a designer to create a new imaging, I guess, for my channel. Like a new logo, a new intro outro, like animation stuff, so that's going to be fun. I really want to kind of make it better than just videos starting from nowhere. I want to do like cool intro animation. So yeah, so I have a designer working on that right now, so hopefully soon we'll have that. And yeah, I hope that my videos will get more interesting. So Q&A, sign up, press the button down below, the bell, to be notified when my videos come out, and follow my TikTok if you use TikTok. It's kind of, interesting as well. So yeah, I love you and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye bye.